This is the plaintiff, Andre Dorset Jr. He says he and the defendant went to a car auction because he needed a car, and the defendant had an auction card. The car was a dud. The defendant tried to fix it for him but couldn't, and he feels like he was taken advantage of by the guy. All he knows, he's out $2,200, and the defendant refuses to reimburse him, so he's suing him. This is the defendant, Kent Walker. He says the plaintiff drove the car he bought for 2 hours at 90 miles an hour, and there were no issues. A few days later, the car was experiencing some transmission problems, and somehow the plaintiff thinks that's his fault. He tried fixing it for him. It was an as-is sale. He can't bring it back to the auction, and now the plaintiff thinks he should pay him $2,200? Come on! He's accused of choosing a lemon.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Andre Dorset.
Yes.
How do you know Mr. Walker?
I knew him for a friend. He lived around the corner from him.
Okay.
He'd been working on cars for a while.
All right, now at the time, he was living with your parents?
No, at the time he was living with his girlfriend.
And then what
Two
happened?
kids. And then, she was messing around with the neighbor friend.
Oh,
So
okay.
he was heartbroken. My father gave him a place to stay because she threw him out.
Yeah, but how does your father know him?
My father knew him because anytime my father needed work done on his car, he would call Mr. Walker to work on his car.
Yeah, but like I like my mechanic and stuff, but I'm not going to invite him to live with me. How is it that they invited you to stay with them when you got thrown out? You guys were that close?
No, me and his father are really close. Like, I work in his car all the time. So we talk like outside of working on his car. So we hang out sometimes, we talk about things. And he is a landlord for apartment buildings. And I say, hey, could you get me into one of your apartment buildings? He said, listen, I can't do it at the moment because I don't have any space, but hey, you're welcome to live with me.
How long did you live with his father?
I think it was about 2 to 3 months. I think about 3 months, I believe.
Did you pay rent?
No, I tried to, he wouldn't let me.
Wow, all right. And then at some point you decide you need a car. And you decide to go to an auction with him because you have an auction license to sell cars?
No, I don't have an auction license.
Oh, so then why you could do that too then? Why are you going with him?
Because he said that he was a mechanic and it was a good idea for him.
Okay, so he was supposed to inspect whatever you bought, make sure it was okay. So you go and you pick out a car there. What kind of car do you pick out?
Mr. Kent Walker picked out the car. He said, this car is going to be for you. This is the right car. And he saw a red Saturn. I think it's 2003 Saturn.
How much did you pay for it?
We won it for $1,000.
Oh, okay.
So I went over there with $4,000, and I expected to get something nice. So we settled for the Saturn. He told me that's a good.
Well, who's we? You're a grown man, and it's your money. You can pick whatever you want.
Me, Ken, and my father.
No, I know. So, but you're a grown man, and you can pick whatever you want. That's the one you ended up picking. He looked at it. He's supposed to be a mechanic. He's supposed to know what he's doing. He says this one is good and solid.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you paid him how much for his troubles?
I paid him. I had to pay a $500 registration fee. I wasn't aware of.
What do you mean that you weren't aware of? What do you mean by that?
Because I was my first time going to auction, so I know when I won the car it was $1,000. I paid that, and they said you had to pay a registration and insurance fee for $500 when I was right there with Mr. Kent.
So you were registering it in your name, and
registering under his name because it was his auction.
How could you? Why would it go in your name if you don't have a license?
You just need to have a buyer's ID.
Yeah,
you need to have a what?
A buyer's ID to buy cars, to bid.
All right, so you did it through him, and then what? And then you registered it in your own name?
No, I never got a chance to.
So the car right now is registered under his name?
Still under his name.
And where is it parked?
In my parents' house, where it's been sitting since September. I have pictures, September 24th.
Okay, and then what happened to the car?
We drove it home. It was fine.
And then everything's fine, and then when did it go not fine?
As soon as I woke up in the morning and I was on my way to work, it kept stopping and it kept stopping and shaking. And then finally, I told my father about it. He said, well, we're gonna have Kent take a look at it. Then when
Kent already took a look at it. That's how we got here.
Yeah. Well, he said that, well, there's a transmission sensor that's not good. That's what he explained to me. So he told me it was not a big deal. He says he could fix it.
Did he?
He never did. It was sitting there.
Have you ever had another mechanic look at it to see what's wrong with it?
No. My dad
so
kept
you don't
telling
care
me,
that much?
My dad kept telling me, if you stick with one mechanic, stick with the same mechanic. That's what he kept telling me. He
Well,
said,
yeah, well, not when you lose faith in him. So I don't get it.
Well, he was telling
If
me
it
he
was
was
a
gonna
simple
fix it.
thing, why didn't you just fix it?
Oh, no, it wasn't simple. After I looked at the car and I realized it was going to take a lot of time to fix, he already had another car in his driveway.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
You just bought this car. You
Yeah.
just recommended he buy this car. Everybody drove 4 hours to get the car. He wants this car to work. What was wrong with that car?
It ended up some type of transmission issue came up, like approximately like over a week later, a transmission issue appeared out of nowhere.
So what do you think happened?
With the car?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I felt that they drove the car,
Who's they?
him and his cousin Chuck. Cause like when we was on the way home from the auction, we were doing about 90 miles the whole time. And I felt he was kind of pushing the car at that point. And then a week later, that's when the whole transmission issue appeared.
All right, so now he already had another car, Judge, so you're about to tell me that he had an original car. You two agree that he's gonna fix that for another $500, correct?
Yes.
Did he fix it?
No.
What happened with that car?
Well, first, before all that, he had charged me another $200 for going to the auction spot.
Right.
So that now we had $1,700.
When you came back to your hometown, I'm sorry, did you register the car in your name?
No,
So if you parked it downtown and it started getting traffic tickets, they'd all go to him?
it would all go to him. So he did take a risk, yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. All right, you agreed to pay him $500 to fix your original car.
Yeah, he said I could either fix the blue Acura or the red car you just got. I said, but how much is it gonna cost? He said it's gonna cost $500 to fix either or. I said, all right, no problem. So I came over to him. I gave him the $500.
Aren't you mad at him that he?
I was already upset.
And is he living with your father at that point?
At that time, he was living with my father.
Okay, so go on.
So I paid him the $500, and he took like 2 months to get back at me. He never fixed the car. I'm catching Ubers to work. And then I heard that my brother and my mom were arguing with him. They want him out because they said that I paid him $500 to fix the car. He's doing other work on other people's car in my mom's driveway. Finally, he tells me the blue car's fixed. So I said, oh, finally. So now my dad's happy. He gives me the key. He says, can't fix your car. So I take the blue car. I drive 2 blocks away. I come back. My parents are like, what's going on? They see all this smoke on front of the blue car. My dad was like, that was quick. You just left here. I was like, yeah, I don't know if the
Yeah,
car's
did
on
your dad
fire.
ever say, maybe we should switch mechanics?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that
told
ever
my
happened?
dad.
No, stick with the same mechanic.
Yeah, that's what he told me. Stick with the same mechanic. Which
Yeah,
I thought
even
was,
after this?
Even after that, he told me, well, it doesn't make no sense now to go to a mechanic because you already paid him, so you might as well let him finish.
So he brings the car back to you.
So once the transmission issue appeared, right, it was like, okay, what's gonna be faster? What's gonna be cheaper to fix, right? And I asked him about the blue car, the condition of the blue car first, before I even touched it. How did it break down? Like what happened leading up to it not running? So I can gauge if it was worth repairing. So after he explained everything, I said, okay, we can fix it. I felt confident that we can fix the car.
Did you look at the car before you got that confidence surge?
Yeah, I look at it briefly.
Okay.
I know we're still running. I was okay.
So what
We
happens?
can do something. So sometimes like larger issues are masked. You can't really. They're not obvious at first. Because the main issue with the car was it didn't idle properly. It wasn't an issue about how it drove or anything. So I said, let me fix the idle problem, and I addressed the idle problem. But it never left the driveway the whole
Did
time.
you test drive it after you fixed the idle problem?
No, I didn't test drive it.
Okay.
Okay.
So he brings it back to you, and what do you do?
And then I look at it further. I change it. And then I look at a couple other things. Then I realized the head gasket was blown in the car.
A head gasket.
The head gasket was blown.
And so you tell him it'll be more money.
I didn't say it was more. I just said this is going to take a lot more longer to fix it.
A lot longer to fix.
Yeah.
While you're fixing other people's cars in his mama and daddy's driveway.
His father's car, his mother's car.
No, they got mad because you were fixing third-party cars.
No, their cars too.
Two. So when did the gravy train at his parents' house end? When did that come to a head?
About the same time around the car issue, around the red car issue.
Okay. Who submitted this video? You did?
That was in a group. Oh yeah. That's right. This was me.
Yeah, yo, this is fun. Yo, hide behind this car. I'm gonna hide by that car. I'm trashing this shit. He ran back inside the car. He ran back inside the car like a little. You suck my. And I'm gonna tell you. 2. Come back around again. You scared. That's what I thought.
Okay. I don't care about the cursing. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
What had just happened?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, you go to a car auction, $1,000 and you get a car. Too good to be true, or would you grab it?
Too good to be true.
Why?
Red flag right there.
Why? $1,000?
Not gonna take it.
Why wouldn't you take it?
Oh my God. Well, I would say maybe go for it because you could sell the parts of it.
That's actually that is, you know what? I'm going to stop here because that is really smart. I actually didn't think of that. I thought everybody would say no. Good idea, going inside the courtroom.
My friend, the other mutual friend we had, he's coming back telling me Kent said he's not paying you nothing. Then he goes back to Kent and tells Kent, oh, Andre's going to F you up. Then he comes back and tells me Kent says he's going to F you up. So then out of nowhere, he says he's going to come, but my fiance kept saying, oh, Andre, what's going to happen? I said, he's not going to show up. So I go outside and smoke a cigarette. I see a white car pulls up, and the person tries to hit me, and then I'm like, what the heck is going on? But he didn't hit me. So
Right.
he stopped as soon as he went past me, and then he rolls down the window and starts talking junk. So I punched his taillight. And then that's when all that incident happened, when I was talking junk to him. And,
Okay, so that's something you taped and sent to him?
No, it was in a group chat, a video.
Okay, you guys, how old are you guys? You know, like you think these guys are your friends trying to foment the dissent and then have a catastrophe happen over cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, the car is parked where? In front of your parents' house. And who has the keys? Your parents, you, whoever?
My parents. It's in my parents' driveway.
I got it. Okay, but it is registered and titled to you?
Yeah.
Okay. What has everyone's plan been about getting it titled in your name?
That's what I'm here for.
What we're here for, that was months ago.
There was just chaos, honestly, because like
Yeah,
me and him
okay,
were
so
getting
you're
into
gonna
it.
need, that's his car, right?
Yeah, it's his car.
Yeah, that got titled in your name just as a matter of convenience because you're the guy who had that.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Buyer's.
Yeah.
All right, physically, where is the title?
I have the title.
Okay, do you have it here?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna sign over the title to him.
Okay.
You understand that? Because that's his car, right? That's been the testimony here.
Okay.
So you're gonna sign over the title to him. I'm ordering you to return to him the $200 that you charged him to pick out a great car.
Ooh.
And the $500 that you charged him to fix a car. $700 verdict for the plaintiff. And then the title will get signed over to him now. That's how we're resolving this case. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Well, the plaintiff is going to get $700 back from you. You're going to give that back. Plus, you're also going to sign the car over to him.
Yeah, I'm giving the car. Yeah. The title. Yeah, he already has the car. I'm giving the title. For the car.
So finally, it'll be his car.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it's up to him to do what he wants with it.
Exactly.
Right? It's a shame you couldn't fix it.
Yeah, it's only $700, so nobody's gonna hurt over that.
All
so.
right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You must sign some documents. Mr. Dawson, you wanted money back. You're getting money back. Not everything you wanted, but you're going to get the car,
The car
too.
back, which is great.
That's the important thing.
Yes, that's the important thing.
So what are you going to do with it if it's still problems for you?
It's not, I'm going to check a real mechanic to check it out. Not someone that has his wife, his girlfriend's messing around with somebody else. I'm so happy. And I want to give a shout out to the group chat and Facebook.
Okay, very good. All right.
good.
You get that off your mind. Okay. Harvey, what you think?
Okay, Doug, so the plaintiff actually got the money for the repairs that were not done, but plaintiff could not undo the sale because the sale was as is, and in an as is sale, unless you can prove some kind of fraud, you're stuck.